Welcome back to all of you wonderful, wonderful VOD viewers. When last I left off, I said I was going to level up a little bit. So here's where we are. We are level 33 now, as opposed to when I left off, which was like, I don't know, 25 or something. We leveled up a tiny bit. And we should finally be strong enough to move our way into fighting Autocade. Thank you for the 69 bits and the Astolfo penis. Alright, let's return to campus and end this day, which has lasted for a long time now. Chat, no, you can't talk to the VOD watchers. I'm sorry. They're on YouTube. We didn't learn anything about Monjigato's servant. Luckily, I know everything there is to know about her. Let's save. Two days remaining until the battle. Hey, Tamamo, do you want to talk? She does. Good. For a moment there, I thought I had wandered blindly into an alternate universe. It's time for one of our routine breaks. Caster slowly rises from her usual seated position and starts doing random karate forms. Ah, perfect. Kintoki is literally hitting the balls. Hit the balls. I take a moment to thank every deity imaginable that she is my ally. Though they are my foes, I feel really sorry for the other servants. Especially the male ones. Uh-oh. We might want to get off the Ronnie route now. Wait, who exactly are you going to be using that on? Her thought patterns seem to be shifting at the speed of light. Why would Caster, who prides herself on her thaumaturgy skills, suddenly start martial arts training? You should put more respect to your mirror, it's fine. My question is, why is she so concerned with being able to perform physical attacks right now? While brawny casters do appear to exist, they seem more like exceptions to the rule. Caster's thaumaturgy skills are where her strength lies. She should just focus on developing those in her defense. Yes, fragile and delicate, she says right after practicing the castration fist. She's obviously a bit angry at me. But she is right. Without her powers, she'd only be a young, weak girl. Perhaps even weaker than me. I can't solely rely on her powers as a legendary soul. I have to remember that in some ways she's a little too human. A survey? As Caster sits in a demure pose on her platform of death, she takes out a piece of paper. On it is written, "About this round's opponent," in suspiciously red ink.
ご主人様の趣味趣向をリサーチしておこうと思いまして。ささ、軽い気持ちで答えちゃってください。
Her survey consists of 2 parts. The first question is, what are your thoughts on genocide? Alright, we're going for maximum caster affection, which should be, it's always a punishable act.
そうですね。話は聞いてあげるべきですが、根本的には処罰されなくてはいけません。そうでなくては世が立ち行かぬ。お上もご主人様も大変正しい見解です。
The next question is, regarding all things non-human, doesn't matter, cute is justice.
まさかこの項目に丸をつける方がいらっしゃるとは。しかも堂々とノータイムで。
Hell yeah.
我が道を行くにも程があります。そんなご主人様に畏敬の念を抱きつつ、将来がちょっとだけ心配な私なのでした。
Give me the monster girls. The survey ends. Ignoring Castor's ulterior motives for the moment, the questions didn't seem all that random or disconnected. Genocide, inhuman monstrosities. The questions seem to relate to our current opponent.
はい、ご協力ありがとうございました。アンケートの結果はいずれ発送をもって返させていただきますね。
I want the results now.
今宵はここまでにしておきとうございます。おさらばです。
Castor then scurries over to the far corner of the classroom. There, a tent made from several bolts of dark cloth is pitched. Its overall form reminds me of a Shinto shrine. With her sitting inside it, it looks a lot more like a priestess. Or she looks a lot more like a priestess. Or maybe even something more. My imagination must be in overdrive. It's just Castor being overly dramatic and enigmatic like always. Yes, we have surpassed the survey. Did Chiwa Saito voice this Tamamo? Yes, Chiwa Saito has voiced Tamamo in everything she's shown up in. As I've said before, this is... her original voice for Tamamo is a lot closer to Kuro's voice, Chloe's voice in Prisma Ilya. Alright, we've got our shark fin. Let's go give shark fin to the dude out here. That's a shark's fin! Alright, fine, I'll go and meet my fate. Tell Taiga I'll go see her later. Alright, this man gets to eat his last meal, and Taiga gets to fulfill her bloodlust. Let's go speak with Ronnie. Wrong way. I'm secretly happy that Ronnie's spirits have brightened as we've talked over the past few days. I thought I was the one who saved her, but I think she's the one who's saving me. Is something the matter? I must have been lost in thought for a while, because Ronnie looks worried about me. That reminds me, Ronnie said she'd research Gato. I hope she was careful. She isn't fully healed yet. I'm fine. Unfortunately, I lack sufficient information to further the investigation. There are far too many references to a demonic eye within the Atlas archives to narrow it down. Sadly, my own investigation of my opponent has not progressed. While Ronnie and I are exchanging troubled glances, I hear a noise behind me. I apologize! I must intrude! Oh, I did not wish to believe it, but a clandestine tryst is being held. My god shall not allow it. Young man, follow the path of abstinence and righteousness. Repeat after me. I don't know what he's blathering on about, but yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead chanting that. Villain, your tainted eyes are not unlike those of the murderous bodhisattva Kiara. That's supposed to be Kiara, by the way. I, Nay, my god shall end you most gloriously. If your will to fight is lacking, you shall die here! After shouting angrily, Gato mumbles something akin to a Buddhist prayer. He's going to fight here? He acts like he's not concerned about the penalty, or rather like he's not thinking at all. Stop it! This is a medical room! If you want to fight, we can go all out in the arena. As you wish, young man. My god will smite you. Alright, bye. I'll go to the arena like Castor said. If I don't leave, Ronnie will be in danger. But before I do, it's leveling up time because we have a little bit of XP to spend, a little bit of skill points to spend. Now let's just make a separate save down here just in case I screw up on where I should put accumulate my points, but I got an idea of how to of what I want to do. We want to raise our D up to a C. There we go. And magic. So much magic. A+ magic. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but both agility and luck are basically useless stats that are terrible. So it all comes down to strength, defense, and magic for pretty much every character. Now, strength is always nice to have on everyone, but considering Tamamo is all about casting spells, and she scales really well with them, magic is the way to go. And defense is just so I don't get killed in, like, 2 hits. We basically just doubled our defense. So now I'll get killed in 4 hits. And we got 2 new abilities. Alright, we Gucci. Let's take a look at those 2 new skills. We've got Mantra, Bestial Sky, magic ability greatly increased for 1 move. This basically is like a 2.5 times damage on your next spell. So a very, very big power up. And Breath of the Soul, slight MP restoration at the end of battle. This is an auto-activated passive. Now Tamamo, this means Tamamo refills mana at the end of any fight. So going through dungeons becomes infinitely easier. I was hoping to have enough to get to her next skill, but oh well. Because her next one is a nice one. Oh well. Let's check the shop. I don't think you have anything new, do you? Doesn't seem like it. Looks like all the same stuff. I have 31 remedies now. I'm good. Yeah, I'll just grab a few of those. Yeah, 1 more level will get me the next skill, but it would take quite a bit of grinding, and I think we're good. I think we're going to be able to take on Art. Oh wait, is the monster hunt still going on? I think so, right? Yep. Monster hunting! We're just gonna follow the same route we followed last time. Only this time we'll have an actual map. Master, our opponent is nearby. Let's go find them and mess them up. We'll have to do it fast because we still have hunting left to do.
鈍い鈍すぎよ
バーユよ我に追い風よ
I'll say this, one thing that's unfortunate about Ark in this game is that she doesn't have all the fun personality stuff that she has in Tsukihime. Let's look at the damage that we do now. 830, not bad. How's this combat system work? It's glorified rock, paper, scissors, basically. Attack beats break, break beats guard, guard beats attack. Simple as that.
もっとよ全然足りない
So yeah, Ark doesn't have her, like, her fun personality. And you guess in order? Pretty much. You put in all 6 commands right away. When you haven't fought an enemy very much, your command structure is going to look like this, and most of their attacks are going to be a mystery. Once you've fought an enemy type enough times, it then becomes, it'll start revealing more and more of their moves to you once you become more familiar with them. Or you can just be Tamamo and throw a skill out there and not care about what the rock, paper, scissors is doing. Is there a decision you can base a factor off of? Yeah. Certain enemy types and visual and models have a tendency to do certain types of attacks. It's not guaranteed, and the later into the game you go, the more they're going to do different types of attacks in order to mess with that feeling of safety you have of, oh, this one, for example, this big mouth enemy does a lot of attacks. The later into the game you go, when you find more of these guys as recolors, you're going to find them doing less and less just normal attacks and more stuff to mess with you. And each enemy has, like, a set number of different patterns it can do. So, the more you face an enemy, the more that you yourself, the player, can start memorizing what different things they can do. And if you see, like, 2 moves, then it's possible for you to be able to go like, oh, I've seen those moves in that slot before, the other moves are this, and then just counter it. So it's slightly more depth than just rock, paper, scissors and complete randomness. But it's far from the most in-depth thing that you can find in a video game. And it's good that the remake is going to change up the combat system.
しかしこの輝きはどうだ敵をほぐるたびに野生を増していくようだ
Thanks, El Pollo Balso, for the follow, by the way. And when you eventually face a servant, servants have like 50 different patterns they can do, so aside from maybe Nursery Rhyme, who does a set pattern, it's very difficult to figure out what they're doing. And Tamamo's spells do interact with the rock, paper, scissors system. You can counter their moves to get a stun off, which helps, you know, if you stun an enemy and skip one of their turns, it helps make you win better, obviously. But using a skill in general is good because it means if you guessed wrong on what the rock, paper, scissors is, you don't get the counter hit damage, and you don't get hit with that extra boosted damage of them winning the rock, paper, scissors. Hence why Tamamo helps become better and better as time goes on, because you get more mana to spend and do that kind of stuff. Whereas early game, like Nero is astounding because she's just a physical monster and kills enemies in like 2 hits. she just slices through them, whereas Tamamo takes some investing. But we've invested her to the mid game and she is good now. She's not better than Nero would be here, but she's catching up. All right, story time.
Ah, looks like we're done hunting programs. Alright, let's move on to tracking down the main course. The enemy master might be close by. Let's go annoy her for once.
Whoops. Wrong button. Sorry. Accidental pause. There you are, little lamb. You have my praise for not fleeing before the glory of my god. What laudable courage! Perhaps I shall add a verse about Hakuno Hakuno to my Bible. The Trials of Monji, chapter 4, verse 5. And so the lamb was eaten by the lion. All right then, why don't we have my divine lord pass judgment upon your piety? Now I implore you, master of my soul, awe this little lamb with your supreme ruthlessness and mercy. Glory to your infinite light for all of time! Okay, I don't know how I managed to make sense of his annoying diatribe, but somehow I do. Divine Lord? Is his wish to spread a religion where his servant is the god? Trust me, Gato, you're not the only person trying to spread the religion of Arukeido. There's lots of people there. You're not alone, bud. How ridiculous of you to compare your concept of servant to my god! My god is a true ancestor! My god is the true mother! True ancestor, you say? To live with this truth as I do is the merciful gift I wish to bestow upon every person. The Holy Grail is already part of my divine lord. What's a true ancestor? Is that some kind of minor creation myth? Wait, her myth has something to do with the moon cell. She could treat the Seraph like a reality marble. Luckily, she's already transformed into a berserker and can't use it or anything, so we still have a chance. My divine lord, crush these morons with your star-heavy might! Alright, our goal of this battle is to survive. Thank you for that input, Arcade. Yeah, she kind of lost all her personality being a berserker. Unfortunate. Oh, I probably should have equipped something else to help her help Tamamo survive a bit. Oh well. Feel like Tamamo would know what a true ancestor is. Not necessarily. Yup, she break. Oh, she guarded. Behold, chat, we do damage now.
全ては我が神のお導き。なあバス。
Gato is so loud. Sorry that I have to yell into the mic when Gato is talking, chat, but... it's the only way to truly get across what he's like. Anyway, using skills is the smart thing to do against her. We're just gonna heal here just in case we need to. There. This is the last turn we need to survive, so let's survive. Stun! Flawless victory. It cannot be! How could my god be defeated? Have I not trained enough? Oh my god. My mediator of nature, my creator of the universal order of Yetzirah, my absolute dharma. Bestow strength on me once again! Bellowing in fervent prayer, Gato disappeared from the arena. I wonder what a true ancestor is.
Let's see. They're like wraiths of the earth, or you could say they're the will of the stars. If someone called a true ancestor a vampire, they wouldn't be wrong, but they're really more like spirits. In any case, there's something that barbarian could never handle. That must be why she turned berserker. If she were in her right mind, I'd be fox meat. But this way I stand a chance.
Will of the stars? I can't quite wrap my head around that one, but does that mean she really is a god?
Kinda.
Seeing the relief on Castor's face, I realize how powerful our enemy could have been. It gives me chills. Somehow we won, so now we can explore the arena more. For anyone that doesn't know, a true ancestor is pretty close to being a god in terms of power. And Arukado is the most powerful true ancestor of all, having the ability to literally warp reality. So her being summoned as a berserker and having no access to that whatsoever is what allows us to not die instantly. If normal Arukado was summoned into this fight, we would be dead. It wouldn't even be a question. Ow. Ow, that's a lot of attacks. Just quick reminder, in an interview with Nasu, he said that Arukado is probably the strongest character that has ever been created in the Type Moon universe. At least top 3. So yeah, Gato being a bad master nerfed her like insanely hard. Possibly even harder, it's possibly a harder nerf than Saber got from having Shiro as a master. And that's saying a lot, because Shiro's a terrible master. Oh yeah, let's take a look at our matrix before we go. Vampire, true ancestor. Vampire, a demon said to feed on blood, a being some claim to be of the undead and painted as evil and ungodly by those who hold to a certain religious view of the world. In addition to the need to feed on the blood of humans, creatures such as this also are seemingly immortal and are able to control lesser demons. True ancestor. This is the general term used to describe all species that survive and thrive off of the consumption of blood. As for creatures given the appellation True Ancestor, they are considered the embodiment of the consciousness of the planet. Despite this, however, every legend regarding these creatures agrees that they not only drink the blood of humans for nourishment, but also out of sadistic pleasure. Blind Rage. A, down to C. Raises all basic stats at the cost of impairing high-level cognitive thought, the effects of which have been made more severe due to the incompetency of the master. Oh, poor Ark, to get summoned by Gato. I appreciate how every moment the game is telling us, man, good thing Gato sucks or we would have lost. Sleepy Tamamo. Let's save.